What's going on, guys? Jax the Bearded Hiker here. So if you've been watching my videos long enough, you'll probably have seen glimpses of tofu somewhere in the background. Basically, I gotta confess, I just love tofu. Anyway, I've had a couple of requests from people and want me to do a tofu video. So today I'm gonna do a video on crispy baked tofu. And I'm going to be using this crispy baked tofu for another video that I'm going to make, which is Kung Pao tofu. And it is freaking delicious. You're going to want to stick around for both of these videos. Let's get busy. All right, guys, so here we go. So I got this little gadget here. The first thing we need to do before we do this baked tofu is you want to get the water out of this tofu. And what I have, this little gadget here that I have, is what they call a tofu press. Now, I'll leave a link in the description, an Amazon link where you can go pick you up one of these if you want. But if you don't have one of these, never fear. You can just wrap your tofu in paper towels and put something heavy on it like a cast iron pan or something. All right, and you want to look for something like this right here. This is a super firm tofu. A firm or just a plain firm tofu would work as well. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using today. If you're lucky like me, you can pick up a pre-baked tofu such as this sriracha, and all you would have to do is cut this up into your chunks and toss it in some cornstarch and you'd be ready to rock and roll. But that's another story. We're not going to be doing that. We're ready to get this tofu going. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is go ahead and put your tofu press in here because this is going to catch the liquid. Now, this super firm tofu is pre-pressed, but it still retains a lot of water in it. So we're going to go ahead and press it one time, and all you do is you push this tofu in here just like that, okay? And basically, this is not really tricky. It's very easy, okay? Once you have your tofu in there, you're going to twist these knobs down, okay? So just remember this. How many times you twist this, you're going to need to do the same thing on this side. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this going, and we're going to twist. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So guys, you're going to want to continue to do that, and you'll see as you squeeze this, you'll see water start to run out. So we're just going to keep doing that. Now, you don't want to do it to where you actually start breaking the tofu, okay? Just use your best judgment, and it'll go quite nicely for you. Okay, so after we have it all pressed down nicely and our water's coming out, we just want to leave it exactly like it is for about a half an hour. And also, if you're using a pan, a cast iron pan or books or bricks or whatever you're using to press that tofu, once you have the weight on there, you're going to want to leave it that way, maybe say at least 30 minutes, maybe even 45 minutes, just a little bit longer. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and undo our tofu here. We've been going, I don't know, it's been actually maybe 40 minutes we've let it go for. So we're just going to go ahead and take it out. That's it. All right, guys, we got this out. So we're going to go ahead and going to cut it. And we're going to start out cutting it in half all the way through. All right, guys, now that we got our 2 blocks of tofu cut in half, we're going to go in half again here, then in half again, then in half again. Then we're going to go ahead and turn it. Then we're going to go in half again, and then again, and again. So basically what you end up with is little chunks about that big, and if you want them smaller, you can cut them smaller if you want. Okay, now that we got all our tofu cut up, let's go ahead and switch things out a bit here. All right, we're going to go ahead and take our tofu and put it in this bowl here. Okay, we're going to take about, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon of olive oil. Go over the top just like that and give it a toss. Okay, we're about all coated up here. Just make sure you got a good even coating, and because we want our spices here to stick to it, okay? And be gentle with it, because it will break up in your hand if you're rough with it. Just treat it gentle. All right, guys, now that we got this tofu nice and coated up, we're going to go ahead and go in with some of this That's Incredible rub here. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get some of it. If not, just use your favorite rub. And we're going to be pretty generous. We're going to go about that much on there and then give it a toss and then do it again. Very lightly one more time. All right. Give it another stir. Okay, lastly, guys, we're going to go in with a little bit of cornstarch. It's just pretty much we want an even coating on all of it. And go ahead and give it a toss. And it's probably going to be better just to go right in here with your hands rather than try to do it with a spoon or something else. So now that we've finished our cornstarch dealio there, they're all coated. Now that cornstarch you got to have, because it's what's going to give you or make these tofu pieces crispy. So we're just going to go ahead and scatter our tofu out here. There's no rhyme or reason. Just to make sure you shake it off. All right, and we're going to go ahead and scatter these out, set them up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees. We're going to put it in there, and we're going to leave it go for 15 minutes. Then we're going to pull it out, and we're going to turn each one of these, and then go for another 15 minutes. All right, guys, we are done. 30 minutes. Remember, 15 minutes, then we flipped them, went for another 15 minutes. Now they're done, nice and hot. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I just made up a little campfire sauce here for dipping. Delicious. Nice and crispy on the outside, meaty on the inside. All right, remember, we're using this for kung pao tofu. So you could use this for dipping just like I did. You could put it on salads. If you were to, say, season it with some taco seasoning, you can make tacos out of this. I mean, we use this base right here recipe. Maybe we might switch some of the rubs or whatever, but basically this is it, and we use this for all kind of things. So stay tuned. Go check out that video on the kung pao tofu next. It's going to be delicious, all right, guys. Crispy baked tofu in 30 minutes. Do it.